talk about reporting instances in a family table to Excel and verifying that they exist. So I've got a screw part here that has several instances in it. As you can see here, it's just got some very generic names. And to do this, we're going to actually come in and use a family table instance exists function using the table model option. And what this is going to do is this by default will take the active model, but you could also use wildcards for all models in session, or you could use a table to kind of reference that. And as an added bonus, you can also filter things by name also, and then report the status of things back to a table in Excel. Now, the reason you might want to do this is just to, just get a report of the information, or you might want to actually tie that into a Power Query to kind of make other decisions off of, to then do operations on those files if you want to. So we're going to create a table to write the results to, and we'll just call this FT status. And we'll put this on wow tab just as a place to write it. And then I'm going to use that as my target reference here. So by default, it's going to require an instance name of some type. So if I run this just as is right now, it's going to complain. It says I don't know what you're asking for. So I'm going to put in a wildcard for right now, and we'll just do it. And this is going to return back and say basically give me a very simple confirmation that there are family table instances in that model. If we come back over to let's say something that doesn't have a family table instance and run that, you'll notice that it's going to come back and say, no, there's no family instances in there that match that. This is basically doing a two-level check. It's saying if there is not a family table associated with this, which this one does not, it's going to return false. If it does have an instance in there and it doesn't satisfy the requirements, then it'll return a false. But in this particular case, for this model, since there are instances, it's going to return true. So this would be very similar to the just family table exists function in this particular case. However, if we come in and we say, something, I'm looking for anything with, let's do a star, 6-star. So I'm looking for anything that matches star, 6-star. And it says, yes, there is. And if we took a look at this family table, you notice that there is a 6. So if we put in let's say a star 99 and did a run on that, we should get a false because I'm pretty sure there's nothing there. Yeah, there's a false. So this is actually a pretty handy way to do things. And if we let's open up the speaker assembly here. Speaker assembly, and let's just run this on all parts that are in there and look for anything that has any matches at all, or any family table instances. And in this particular case, the screw is the only thing that has a family table. So if we put in 2, star.2, we're filtering all models, looking for 2, and you can see here that it's giving us a nice report of what actually conforms to that request. If we come in and we open up another screw model that I have in here, and let's put in, let's just use that same requirement. Now I've got all the stuff in session. So we're running this request in session currently, and you'll see that it's picked up on the screw instance also, or the nested variation of that is indicating that there is a screw instance that has that in there too. So just as a last example, I want to show you just how to do this with tables. So we're going to come in here, we're going to insert some columns. It only needs item name, I believe. Let's double check that. So yeah, item name. And you could actually kind of wildcard this. So I'm going to create a table out of this with headers using Control T. And let's say that I'm just looking for anything with S in it that has a PRT. Oh, we got to give that table a name, sorry. So let's default to table 15. We'll make it my table. We'll go back here and we'll use a TBL colon my table as an input to that. And then we'll run that. And basically we're looking for anything in session that starts with an S or has S in it, excuse me. and then also has this match. And you can see here that those two screws that are in session do satisfy that requirement. So it's a very flexible function. It's great for filtering. It's great for reporting. And once you get that into a table format, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from doing something with Power Query to kind of pivot off this information and do something even cooler.